Alright, Schlockmeister fans. Hope I can do this with one hand. Finally gonna hit this big bad boy here. We're gonna watch a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie from the Shock and Gore collection. Christ, this is heavy. This one's called Something Weird. Let's check it out. Our movie starts out over the opening credits. A woman gets strangled. She went pale awfully fast, didn't she? Alright, here we have a couple of guys just doing some ninja stuff. The guy on the left is Dr. Alex Jordan. Here we got a guy getting electrocuted on a roof and falling off the different side of the house from where he was falling from. And here's Mitch trying to help him, and he electrifies himself in the face.
Why didn't Mitch have to play hero? He's an engineer. He should have let one of us go up. We know those wires.
I know that you people are...
Electrifying his face apparently gave him psychic abilities.
I've tested literally thousands of these psychics, and he ran through my deck of E.S.P cards as though it was child's play.
He acts almost deranged.
Well, under controlled situations, he's even moved an object.
Three of clubs.
Here he is.
Queen of hearts.
Now his face is completely scarred, but he's a psychic.
30 cards correctly.
Here we get a clear shot of his face, what he looks like now, all scarred. Apparently they can't do anything for him. So what does he do? He puts a mask over his face and decides to open up a psychic business.
That will be quite enough, Mr. Mitchell. Oh, by the way, my husband would like to know the name of the horse that will win in the 4th race tomorrow. Mitchell.
Suddenly an old hag comes in. That's what she's called in the credits, hag. She's a witch.
But I haven't much time. I've made a long journey, Mr. Mitchell, and I'll strike a bargain with you that will give you back your pretty face.
Go on.
Become my lover. Then
So she heals him to show what she can do. Be my lover, and I will keep your face looking pretty. Now here he is dating this lovely woman named Ellen. What we don't know, or he doesn't know yet, is that Ellen is the witch, the hag. But everybody sees her as the beautiful Ellen. Now he takes Ellen home. He sees Ellen in the mirror, but here we get it clear. Ellen is the witch.
Peacock, you're enjoying your new role as Prince Charming.
Meanwhile, we have a serial killer loose in the town of Jefferson, Wisconsin. And he just took another victim.
This afternoon. The reservations have been made, and there'll be a car waiting for you. Now, Jordan, here's the story. 7 women have been murdered in Jefferson in less than a month.
Now, Mitchell is a fake, and if he is, demolish him.
That's Dr. Jordan.
But if he isn't, well, then it might do well for you to use his help.
They wanted to use him to help solve the serial killer case.
You think it's too ornate for your office, so you compromise by keeping it under the desk blotter.
Mitch is able to do a few tricks to
Satisfied?
assure them that he is a psychic.
Very impressive, Mitchell. I don't doubt that you have a highly sensitive mind. LSD.
Dr. Jordan ups the ante.
Perhaps you've heard of it. It brings about a trance-like state and heightens your awareness or extrasensory perception. Now, I'd like you to take it and meet with me tomorrow or perhaps the next day for a demonstration.
Edward, I'll help you if I can.
Apparently this church has a ghost.
I sense that there is something supernatural here. You better have a photographer present in case something happens.
Sure enough, a ghost appears. It's an odd-looking church. He got rid of it.
Really say, but she won't come back.
How can you be so sure?
Well, I can't explain it in normal terms.
Dr. Jordan takes a fancy to Ellen, and then a couple of thugs want to beat him up, but he turns the tables with some chop suey action. Meanwhile, Mitch is hanging around with another chick as well, while Doctor makes the moves on Ellen.
If you love him or not. I want you.
What do you think your husband would say if he knew we were together tonight?
You hear it?
Something's happening to Mitch. He's scarring his back.
I'll go a little slower.
In a scene that's hard to explain, Dr. Jordan gets attacked by his own bedsheets. So he kicks him off the bed, but that doesn't work either. These bedsheets ain't messing around.
You're sounding like Dr. Jordan.
This is Detective Maddox.
So you think we're up against a part-time madman? Is that the best you can do?
Well, it's the best I can do till you show me some more of the evidence I know you've got.
Anyway, Mitch takes the LSD tablet, and then he starts having some funky experiences. Still tripping.
They must be killed or they'll kill you. And the second count?
All that I can tell you, it just happened. I can't explain it. First I'm dozing off half asleep, and all of a sudden I'm fighting a blanket that tries to strangle me. Look, Dr. Jordan.
All right, let's talk about something weird. I actually just took the cover off the box of this Shock and Gore collection here for something weird. Break it down, there's different DVDs inside here. Kind of looks like this in part of this box set. But anyway, the movie itself, something weird. Obviously directed by Herschel Gordon Lewis, who did like the first gore film, Blood Feast, back in 1963. I think this came out 4 years later. He was known for doing really low-budget films. Usually has a lot of gore in it, although this one did not. And it usually features not great acting. That was the case here. Most of the actors in this movie did nothing else. There was a few actors who did something else, but those were other Herschel Gordon Lewis movies as well. So, low-budget stuff here. So anyway, we have a story about a guy who electrifies his face accidentally and burns it horribly. Apparently this burning gave him psychic abilities, so he starts a psychic job, reading people's minds and doing things for them and stuff. And then, but his face is still horribly disfigured. And then he meets this witch, this old hag who comes into the store and says, "Hey, I'll fix your face for you, but you have to promise to be my lover." So I guess he agrees to do that, although we don't quite see him agree to it. But nonetheless, his face gets cured, and then he continues to do his psychic job. He helps the police out here and there. And then he has his girlfriend, Ellen, who actually is the witch, the hag in disguise. I don't know if he knows it or anybody knows it, but she kind of hangs around with him that way. And then this other guy gets jealous because he likes Ellen. And then he ends up working it so Mitch gets shot. He hires a guy, a cop actually, to kill Mitch. And then he kills the cop to get rid of him. No witnesses. And at the end of the movie, Ellen reveals herself to be the witch. And then he runs off and he burns his face because he falls on some sort of thing that was out in the field. I don't know what the hell. And then she gives him the whole bargain thing. "Hey, I'll fix your face, but you got to be my lover," type of deal. And then I guess we're starting all over again. So that's our film. Anyway, you can get this on DVD. I have the DVD for. I was actually put out by Something Weird Video. I'm sure that one's relatively cheap. Or you can get. There's two Herschel Gordon Lewis collections. One, the Shock and Gore one, which is pretty pricey right now. I looked on eBay last night, and they run. The cheapest one is $300. I think the most expensive one was about 500. They only made 500 of these, so they are pretty rare. I'm very lucky to have one. But they made an abridged version of this as well, without all the whistles and stuff on it. So, and that one usually runs about 100, 150 bucks. So a little less expensive, but nonetheless not cheap. So anyway, it's called Something Weird. I was watching the Blu-ray. This collection has the DVD and Blu-ray of both these films, as well as several other Herschel Gordon Lewis films. So I'll get to those at some day too. So anyway, Something Weird. Let me know what you think about it and leave some comments down below. That's it. Bye. Watch it.